I'm back in the Tarpstar 1. Yay!
I was walking away and I had the fucking door unlocked. Just press the button.
Hello there. After you, mate. All good, welcome for you.
Cheers, thank you. Ta.
No problem. Whew, it's a warm day today, this. I'm with Kev Green and we're going up Kinder. We're not going up Jacob's Ladder today. We're going up a different way. We're going up the Nab and probably Golden Clough and then across the 7-minute crossing over to Sealstones. Or we might, depending on time, if we're pressed for time, go to 4 Jack's cabin, and there's a spot there and we can get water there as well if we go there. It's really warm. I'm glad I've packed light. As I said earlier, I'm back in the Tarpstar 1 today. First time this year. After my last camp, I took the wrong tent for the conditions. So this time I'm in the Tarpstar.
There's an understatement if I ever fucking heard one.
Look at the state of my tent in the morning. It nearly got destroyed. It was hilarious. I've also bought, on Kev's advice, some long pegs. So it shouldn't be going anywhere, this Tarpstar. It's the best tent that I've got really for handling winds. Right, well I'm going to get my trekking poles out because yeah, we've got to head up there next. So we'll plod on and I'll speak to you later. We're about halfway up the Nab and just stopped for a breather. Whew. Oh, a bit of exercise, you can't beat it. Yeah, we'll stop for a breather, Kev says. We're gasping for breath. Oh, as I said, we're about halfway up. Look at that down there. I'll turn camera around and do well, swing the camera around from left to right so you get a better view. Right, well, I'm swinging the camera around, as I said, from left to right. I'm going from right to left, I should say. And down there is where we've just come up. And there's Edel, right in the centre. And yeah, we're heading up there in a moment. Oh, it's got a bit cooler now. We've got a bit higher up. It was really warm down in Edel when we first set off. I'm glad I didn't overdress, otherwise I would be stopping, having to take my bag off and disrobe and then get a few more steps up and then think, oh, it's a bit chilly. Well, I think I've worn just the right gear for the conditions. Although on the last video, if you see that, it started off like this and then it ended up full of snow by the time we got up to the top. But weather forecast said cloudy changing to sunny intervals. And I think the wind chill tonight, the lowest it was going to get was about 0, possibly 0.1. I haven't brought the inner for my Tarpstar. I've got my Hunka bivvy with me, and I've got the tarp itself for the Tarpstar, and I've got the footprint. So I've always wanted to try this configuration out. So I'm looking forward to it. Well, there's no rush. We're just going to meander up there. So yeah, we'll plod on soon and I'll show you some views, and I'll talk to you in a bit. Just having a sit down. We've just made us way up Nab, and then came up Golden Clough behind me, and we're having a sit down on this little peat hag at the side of the path. My heart's racing and my breath is going 6.5 dozen. Well, I'll turn camera around and let you have a look at the view from up here. Yeah, I'll just swing the camera around to the left. You can see the sun there behind that cloud. I think sunset is about 18 minutes past 6 tonight, and it's about 4:15 at the moment. There's Ringing Roger. There's Golden Clough. Right, well, I'll put this camera away, and I think we're going to go across the 7-minute crossing next, over towards Northern Edge and Sealstones. So yeah, we'll plod on, and I'll show you some views along the way, and I'll speak to you in a bit. Aye. Well, I've just stopped because behind me, that's the start of the 7-minute crossing. Brings you out on Northern Edge at, I always get this wrong, Blackden Brook.
It's the Western Edge.
Is it? Oh, it's like Northern Edge.
Eastern Edge, not Northern Edge. Northern Edge is over there.
Oh, it's like Eastern Edge was out, Ashaped.
That's facing north.
Right. Right, well, yeah, whatever Kev says. Well, I've always called it Northern Edge where Sealstones is, but I'm quite happy to be corrected by somebody who's got vastly more experience than I have. Right, well, we've had a change of plan. We're not going over at 7-minute crossing now because wind's picking up. We're going to go to a place near Fort Jack's cabin, and it's in a bit of a bowl, so we'll be nice and sheltered, and it's not that far from here, and there's water right next to us, so sounds ideal. I just thought I'd show you this view now we're up high. Looks fantastic down there into the valley. Although it's mild, I've still got my balaclava on to keep my ears warm, and I best plod on because Kev's over yonder with Jannu walking away into distance, so I best catch up with him. I don't know if you can pick this up, but just to the left of the sun there's a helicopter flying away. I've zoomed it in the camera best I can. Right, I'll unzoom it. Right, that was exciting. We'll plod on, we're nearly at our campsite. Oh, looking forward to getting the tent up. We've just arrived at this spot where we've camped at before. Oh, lovely here. It's in a little bowl, hardly any wind, and it's a bit tussocky, but it's flat enough, and the ground's not sodden, and there's no having to lug water because look at it, it's just there. If I remember rightly, just upstream there's a little cascading bit of a waterfall, 6 inches worth falling down a rock. So once I've got my tent up, I'll go and get some water from there. Right, well on that note, I think I will get my tent up. I've got my Tarpstar up, and because I've not got the inner with me today, I've just got the ground sheet and the tarp, it went up super fast. Oh, I have missed having this tent. I'll turn the camera around and we'll have a walk around pitch. So yeah, here it is. First time I've used it this year. My Alpkit Tarpstar 1. And as I said, it's so easy and fast to pitch. And it's nice and taut. Oh, I'm so pleased to be in this. Right, well, what I'll do next is I'll get the door open and start getting my gear in. Oh, this is great being here. Hardly any wind in this spot. Water on tap. Wonderful. Now I've got door open without the inner. It's even bigger than it normally is. I'll turn the camera around and I'll take you inside before I carry on putting stuff inside. Yeah, look at all this space I've got. Absolutely ginormous. Well, as I said, I'll continue getting all my gear in. Well, that's everything in my tent. Forgotten how big it was, especially without an inner. It's absolutely huge. Well, I'll turn the camera around and I'll take you inside so you can have a look. So yeah, I'll show you what I've got in there. I've got 2 tins of McEwen's. Looking forward to having one of those. On my Soto table, got my kitchen, pots, pans, stove, everything in that thing that you can see on top of the table. Got some Scotch eggs. Just there is my food pouch. I've got macaroni, cheese, salami and cream of tomato soup. Got some chocolate squares there. There's my fuel. There's my electrical bag. Right at the back I've got my rucksack, and then here I've got one of those silver foil blanket type things. Got my Xped 5.2 winter map. Got my Alpkit Hunka bivvy because with no inner, and also as a bit of draft protection. My sleeping bag will be nice and dry. Inside there I've got my cheap Chinese 700 gram, I think it cost me 65 quid minus 3 bag. And on top I've got my down trousers, down booties and my synthetic puffer jacket, which I'll be putting on if it gets cold, but it's not really cold at the moment. And there's my trekking pole holding the tent up, and I've used that little silicone plate just to give it a bit of reinforcement on the footprint. Light's fading now. Still a bit of a daylight in the sky, as you can see over me, but I'm all sorted in my tent now at last, and my thoughts are turning. You've guessed it, a can of McEwen's Champion 7.3. Looking forward to this. So yeah, let's get it cracked open. One-handed, of course. Whoa. Smells as good as it normally does. Well, everybody, good health and cheers. Oh, by gum, that's good beer. Well, I'm going to carry on slurping this, and yeah, I'm just going to sit down, slurp this, think about taking my boots off. I might put my down trousers on and down booties, and then think about getting some food on later. But at the moment I'm just going to relax. Welcome back. It's gone pitch black outside. I've had a can of McEwen's Champion and I'm loving being back in my Tarpstar, especially as I've not got the inner. It literally is like having a tarp, and I'm glad I've got the footprint for it. Oh, it was big before, but this is amazing. You know, I can sit back and lean this way, and you know, there's no inner to get in the way, and keep it in the family without kit, so to speak. I've got my sleeping bag there, Alpkit Hunka bivvy. Might turn it round, face this way, or I might even move it over to where I'm sat on this silver mat. Nice and flat. I've been sat here for ages where I am now. I might sleep on this side. That's another thing. If you're like me and you never test it before you decide which side you're going to have the inner on, makes it so easy to change. And yeah, it's going to be easier to cook inside if it's going to rain, but I don't think it is tonight. The wind's picked up, but I've got no worries in this, especially with those long pegs that I've got in the ground. Well, food wise, my dietary intake today, i.e. the only thing that I've had to eat, has been Scotch eggs. There's a bit of an ongoing joke between me, Dave Goodman and Kev about Scotch eggs. Dave Goodman started it when he gave me a Scotch egg on that 4-day trip that we did together. And last time me and Kev was camping, I was like, oh, I wish I brought some Scotch eggs. And then Kev said, I've got some Scotch eggs. And I said, so have I. And we both can't be bothered cooking, getting our stoves on the go. So this is going to be my 1, 2, 3, 5th Scotch egg of the day. That's all I've been eating, Scotch eggs. So yeah, I'll get stuck in while it's still cold. Ooh, I do like a Scotch egg. Look at that, Jannu's here. Hey, hello Jannu, you're after my Scotch egg, aren't you? Yeah, you can have a sniff, but you're not having none, no. No, your dad will shout at me if I give you some Scotch egg. Yes, you will, you will. Now get out now, go on, go on. Some of the Scotch eggs I've had today, sorry to harp on about Scotch eggs. Must be that can of McEwen's and me being happy to be back in my Tarpstar. Let's put a smile on my face. Kev gave me some Scotch eggs, which I've never had before. They were, I think, Sainsbury's ones, and the outer casing was mixed with red onions. Absolutely lovely. So yeah, gourmet Scotch eggs. So yeah, this is my tea. I've got another tin of McEwen's which I haven't opened yet, so I'm going to eat this and then open that to basically wash this down. And I've got one more Scotch egg which I'm trying not to eat because I want to save it for breakfast. Yeah, I've not made a cup of tea or a brew or anything. It's really warm just being in this, sat here, this location. Although I said the wind has picked up. So yeah, I'm going to carry on eating this, and I'll see you all later. I've had my Scotch egg. Really full, surprisingly. And yeah, I need to get some fluid down me to wash it down. So It's time for my second tin of McEwen's Champion 7.3. I'll just get it cracked open. Well, the wind has picked up. I'm so glad that we've camped here as well as being in my Tarpstar. The only thing that could go wrong with it is the fabric ripping, and I've had it out in 45-mile-an-hour gusts before, and as I said before, or I think I've said before, it's the best tent that I own for dealing with wind. Anyway, enough of me twittering on. Let's get this beer open. Well, I'm going to enjoy this. Once again, everybody, cheers and good health. E-by gum, that's good beer. Oh, yeah, really enjoying this camp. The last time I was up here with Kev, I was in the Polestar, and the forecast basically didn't apply once we got up here. It was completely different, and it nearly got destroyed, but I'm glad I took it because it was hilarious. So yeah, I'm in this tonight, and I do like this spot where we are. It is relatively sheltered, fairly flat, enough space for a few tents, and water source nearby. Right, well, I'm going to get back to my beer, carry on drinking it, and yeah, I might have a chocolate biscuit after I've had a few slips of this, and carry on talking to Kev. I think Kev's getting stuck into his room. I have got radio reception, so when I go to sleep later, I might put the timer on, and rather than use earplugs, I can concentrate on the radio rather than the sound of the wind hitting the tent, because it is picking up. I think it was predicting 45-mile-an-hour gusts tonight. Anyway, I'll get back to chatting with Kev, continue drinking this, and I'll see the old later. I'm all tucked up in my sleeping bag. As I was saying before, I've got the Alpkit bivvy, because I've got no inner, so I'm literally using it as a tarp. What a good night this is. Drank all my beers. The only problem with this bivvy, it's one of those top loaders where you got to wriggle in. So if the call of nature happens, oh, it's a pain in the behind having to get out. But small price to pay. Did I say it's about 25 to 10? Well, it is. And I'm feeling very sleepy. I feel nice and secure in this Tarpstar. It's good to be back out in it. Right, well, yeah, as I said, I'm all bedded down, feeling sleepy, so I think I'll get some shut-eye. Excuse me. Yeah, so on that note, I'll see you all in the morning. Good night, all. Oh, good morning, everybody. The time is nearly 7:45. What a good night's sleep I had last night. Oh, I was out like a light. Well, my thoughts are now turning to getting a brew on
Oh, although I could just shut my eyes and go back to sleep. Right, I best start waking up and getting up. I'll see you in a bit. I'm out of my sleeping bag and I've got a brew on. It's down there.
I'm having a brew now.
So looks like it's boiling, so I'll get it poured. Well, that's my brew made. It's just there. Cup of coffee at morning. Looking forward to this. Oh, I've just had a Scotch egg for breakfast. Another. And yeah, cup of coffee time now. Oh, that's nice. Well, I'm going to drink this. I've been out once. It was raining and then it stopped. It's just like showers on and off. I think it stopped at the moment. Hopefully it'll stay like that. In the meantime, I'm going to carry on drinking my brew and then I'll start thinking about packing away, and I'll speak to you later. I'm all packed up and I've got my bag on, and it's been weird, the weather this morning. It's been showers and then the sun came out, and managed to dry my tent off and pack it away, and just as I was about to stick it in my bag, it changed to this. All this cloud came in. So yeah, got all the waterproofs on, rain cover on. Well, I'm just doing my usual. This is where I was camped, and Kev was camped just over there where he stood, and I'm having a look around, make sure I've not lost any of my new tent pegs, which I definitely haven't, or more importantly, any little bits of rubbish. But it's all nice and tidy. As we all do, we leave no trace so others can enjoy it. Right, well, I think I'll put my hood up, get my trekking poles, and start to plod on in that direction. I don't think there's going to be many views I'll be able to show you unless cloud clears, but if there is, I'll show them to you. Otherwise, I'll see you later. Well, we're just on his way down. It's not raining, but it's that clag that would soak what I was wearing. That's why I've got my waterproofs on. Well, these are quite comfortable to walk in. Still a nice bit of scenery around me here with these rocks. I'm enjoying this walk as per usual. Pack is lighter and it's downhill. Right, well, yeah, I best get ready to plod on. We're at Grindsbrook Clough. And look at the water cascading down. It's gorgeous. Right, just thought I'd show you that. I'll plod on. What a view. I said I'd show you some views if there was some. Well, that chap behind me was Dominic. We just stopped and we were talking. As we approached each other, he says, "I know you, you're off YouTube." So yeah, he's on a nice little walk. He's making his way around the edge towards Crowden, and I think he's taking the little path that runs down by the side of the tower. Well, I'm glad I took the waterproofs off before, because as you can see, sun's out, it's lovely and warm, and this is a nice walk. It's pleasant. Right, well, I'll plod on. What a lovely looking view. We're nearly back in Edale now. Not far, just down there where Kev is. Ah. sun's out, it's gorgeous. Right, I'll plod on and I'll speak to you once I'm back in Edale.
This replacement bridge is a lot better than the fucking old one.
I don't remember the old one.
It looked like a plank, wasn't it? It weren't very wide. It was a while ago now when they replaced it.
There you go, mate.
If you wanted to get up Kinder, you got to go up Grindsbrook Knoll. Jannu.
We've just got back into Edale. Nag's Head is shut. Ramblers will be open, but I don't think we're going to have a pint. Yeah, we'll carry on plodding on back to the car. I'm back at Edale car park. There's my car behind me, and there's Kev's. He's got Jannu, he's getting her in the car. What a beautiful morning to walk back on. The sun's still out, although there is a bit of cloud here and there. But that was a great camp. I love that place where we went to. Everything's there that you need, water and everything. And it's quite easy to get to. It was easier than going over at 7 Minute Crossing over to Sealstones, although that wouldn't have taken much longer. But it was good getting back. It's only took us a few hours really to get back. And I love taking my Tarpstar out again. That was the highlight of the trip for me. I've forgotten how big it was, and because I've not used it for a few months, it just seemed enormous. And then because I used it in the configuration without the inner in, it was absolutely ginormous. So much space. I could lounge out in the living room area, resting onto the mattress as a backrest almost. Tons of room. Easily fit two in there with 2 sleeping pads without the inner. What a great camp. Fueled by Scotch eggs. That's all I've eaten for 24 hours, nothing else. Oh, apart from some Rice Krispie chocolate squares, which were also nice, and I've had some beers. Had a brew this morning. Yeah, and those long pegs, really good. And notice as well as them feeling more secure and giving you confidence, compared to those V-shaped pegs, hardly any soil or mud on them when you pull them out of the ground, and they come out easier as well. Well, all that's left for me to do is take all this kit, get my bag off, chuck it back at car and start the drive home. But before I do that, I just want to say thanks everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. And I'll look forward to your comments, because as I always say, I do enjoy replying to them. Well, there's not really else to say, apart from I'll see you next time for another Hengist Wild Camps. And from me, it's cheerio, bye bye.